I just want to take a second to appreciate how nice the trains are in Lithuania. So this is the second one I've been on. They're all basically brand new. They all have Wi-Fi, they all have bathrooms, they're very clean. They have chargers that actually work at every seat, which, I mean, people always talk about German trains as being sort of the be-all end-all. And honestly, most of them are pretty dirty. A lot of them don't have working Wi-Fi. A lot of them don't have working outlets like these do. And I'm sure part of it is that, you know, these trains were built at the earliest in the 90s, because that's when Lithuania stopped being part of the USSR. But still, I mean, this is really phenomenal. And just like that, a quick hour train ride later, we are back in Vilnius. So my hotel this time around, the City Gate Hotel, is right in the middle of Old Town, or I guess adjacent to Old Town, but it feels like you're right in the middle. So we're gonna do a little more sightseeing within the Old Town part of Vilnius. First off, we're going to a market, because I am starving, because I haven't eaten except for one piece of cake today. So, as always, being very healthy on these trips. But after that, we'll go to the clock tower in front of Vilnius Cathedral, and we'll hike the Hill of the Three Crosses before finishing off at one of the churches in town. So join me for the final look around Vilnius. All right, here we are in front of the Hollish, I think it's Hollis Market. And it's a big old market where you can hopefully find some sandwiches or something. I think really a great Baltic innovation is the meat pie. Things are delicious, they're great to carry around and eat, and they're actually pretty filling. So, highly recommend meat pies. Here's a word of warning for you if you're ever in Lithuania and want to buy water. So this stuff, Neptunus, seems to be okay. But some of the water brands here have salty water, which I guess is a thing that people actually like. But it's not quite seawater, but it is noticeable. It's funky. I accidentally bought a bottle, I couldn't even finish it. I was really thirsty. It honestly felt like it was dehydrating me more than it was hydrating me. People here swear by it, so I guess it's probably worth giving a try, just to see if, I don't know, maybe you'll like salty water, but for me it was a definite no. Stick to Neptunus, where it says still water. You'll be okay.
Different states and countries lined up and marching at its side.
Whew. Getting there. Honestly, this bell tower is a little taller than I thought it was going to be.
Doesn't look as tall from the ground.
My glutes are burning. There's the bell.
A bunch of bells. My goodness.
There you go. Here we have it. There's the square. There's the top of the cathedral. That's St. Casimir over here. Don't know who the other two statues are. Down here, that's the road we kept taking the other day. From the hotel I stayed at, way down there. So yeah, it's the bell tower. I'm gonna stay up here for a bit and catch my breath, but that's the gist. Well, I found out you can do this. I won't have a deal. Don't know what the noises are. Maybe something to scare away birds. I don't know. And here, this is the mechanism that actually causes the bells to ring. Pretty complicated piece of machinery considering it was built way back when. But yeah, it's the clock tower. I'm on a bit of a tight schedule right now to see the rest of Vilnius before, night falls. So next up, I don't know if you can see it from here, the Hill of Crosses. It's way over there. Apparently if you make a wish while standing on this pavement and then turn 3 times clockwise, your wish will come true. So I'm gonna give that a try. If my wish were to be a little dizzy, then mission accomplished. So I guess I'll see if it comes true. I'll let you all know if and when it does. Alright, next up, Hill of the Three Crosses, which I'd like to see before the sun goes down. And I think it's a bit of a hike, so gonna get the blood flowing. Trying to go, those white things up there. I just do not have any idea how you're supposed to get there. There's a castle from yesterday. Fortunately, I have no internet, so I guess I'm just gonna generally walk towards there. It doesn't look like you can go straight up from this side, so must be somewhere on the back. This is St. Francis. So that's the inside of that church. I think this church is the church we're really supposed to see though. So now I'm confused. We gotta figure this out. Could not figure out how to get into this part of the church. Though I did accidentally scare a priest because I just walked into a random room apparently, which had writing on the door that said it was open, but I guess it was open for, I don't know, like confession or something. Which is my bad. I apologize profusely, of course. Yeah, I guess we're just another building. We'll have to settle for only the outside at. We now find ourselves in front of the Orthodox Cathedral of the Blessed Mother of God, so you have to assume that's Mary. It was built in the 15th century, and then I guess redesigned, as many things here were. And it's open, so let's go check it out. All right, first Eastern Orthodox Church I was allowed to record it, at least tacitly. It turned out I wasn't, but they had said on the sign, don't film during sermons. There was no sermon. I think that's fairly confusing. You all know I generally try to respect the rules in places like that, so in any case, right next to that church is a neighborhood that has declared itself its own country, which I am now going to enter. Here it is, Republic of Zarzet something, but something, Uzupis. So that's hysterical. They have a border control office, since of course you're entering completely different territory. Self-declared republic. So as I understand it, Uzupis, where we are now, sort of the artist's neighborhood, a lot of art galleries, very bohemian, and doesn't actually, of course, function as its own separate republic, but they do have little signs. The general upward slant of these streets is making me hopeful that I've somehow just landed on the right path up to the Hill of the Three Crosses. Hard to say for sure if that's what's happening, but seems possible. Somewhere in those woods is where I'm trying to go. But unfortunately, it appears I cannot get there from this road, which means I need to walk another couple miles back down the hill, circle around, and then try again. In the meantime, enjoy what looks like the Beverly Hills of Vilnius. Some pretty big houses, assuming these are houses, not apartment complexes. Oh, it's really irritating. I thought that was going to work out. It was going to be a nice lesson about, you know, sometimes you find things you're not looking for, or you have to stop searching for something for it to finally come to you. It turns out searching can actually be helpful in some cases. Alright, this appears to be generally the right way. Oh, maybe not. Well, that looks like that's closed off there. How the heck do you get up here? Recognize that building? Up there's the Ganymedes Castle, which means all I had to do was walk about 10 minutes to find the way up to the Hill of Crosses, and instead I walked closer to about an hour and a half, which will seem a lot shorter because of course I'm editing all this, but wow, am I dumb, is really the takeaway here. For some reason, halfway up the hill, there's just an amphitheater. So like everything in Lithuania, this monument was built, torn down, rebuilt, torn down, so on and so forth for quite a long time. So this was where a castle that used to overlook the city sat. It was eventually torn down, at which point the memorial was built in 1916. And then that was blown up by the Soviets, and so it was rebuilt again in 1988. Still has a pretty nice outlook of the city. and pretty cool monument. There are 3 crosses. I'm on the wrong side of it to see that, but well, I had a nice long sit there. Got to overlook the city. Sun's kind of setting, so nice view. Well, it's time to start heading back into the city. Maybe get some dinner, and then I gotta go to bed early tonight. Get rested up for what is sure to be a painfully long day of travel tomorrow. When I eventually get to Chicago, or rather to Austin, my final destination, it'll be about 11 o'clock in the morning on my time, but I will not have slept, so as much as I'd love to keep exploring Vilnius, I've got to turn in pretty soon. But I totally plan on coming back to this city. It's spectacular. Can't recommend it enough. Gotta have a little pre-dinner snack. With a belly full of pork and potato, it's about time for me to turn in, get some sleep. So that was Vilnius. Probably a little bit from the airport tomorrow to sum everything up, but basically all the sightseeing, so we did it.